And I am Dr. Toya Davis, the owner of Chi Healing Institute, and I am here today to talk about spirit guides. So I will not go into what I did in the first video. I'll do like a really quick recap from the first video and then just kind of go in from here. And if you have any questions, feel free at any point to drop them in the chat for me, okay? So, again, big picture. Hey, Susanna. Big picture. Spirit guides are those beings that have been assigned to us to assist us in this journey. Hey, Co. They are spirits who have lived. So they have lived on this earthly plane and have transitioned. And instead of choosing to incarnate in this lifetime again, in embodied form, they have chosen to incarnate, or they have chosen to take assignment to serve as guides. Okay, so that's big picture what spirit guides are. I mentioned that oftentimes when people talk about spirit guides, it can be from a variety of standpoints, but for me, for the sake of this conversation, I am speaking of those spirits who have embodied and who are assigned to our team, right? And that's also important because there are spirit guides who we get on assignment. So like, let's say if I was going through a really rough patch, why would I be having a rough patch? Let's say I was going through divorce. Say I was going through some type of divorce. Well, there's only one type of divorce, right? I was going through a divorce, and the struggle, the strain, all of this, like maybe going through the legal system, maybe having to understand a lot of legal stuff that might not normally be in my wheelhouse. This isn't something that I deal with. The stress, just all of it could make it such that in that moment, I need a different guide, and I could be assigned a guide for that period, but they're not on my team. So I'm speaking of those guys that are on our team. Okay. So your first one, you get at birth, and that guide stays with you until death. Okay. That guide's whole purpose is just to help you be in alignment with the things that you say that you want to do. And they have a wider kind of scope or purview on how they're able to interact with you. That main guide is probably the one that we are most familiar with because they've been with us for so long. Okay. And then as you grow at various stages in life, different age points, again, different kind of turning points, we attract new guides. The thing to remember is that we attract guides that are that we are energetically compatible with. So to say, like, if I am a like, I don't know why I don't have any good examples. If I'm a queen, okay, if I'm a queen in this lifetime, right, I'm living the life of a queen. I have tons of people that I am in charge of, or tasked with managing, overseeing the kingdom, right? That's my role in this lifetime. My spirit guide would be energetically someone who has exceeded that type of, like, my light keeps, I'm trying to, is that better? No, it's not better. My spirit guide would be someone who has exceeded that level already, right? So so my spirit guide team wouldn't be someone who in their lifetime was a pauper, right? Because the lived experience would not align with what I actually needed guidance in that life. Okay. I had notes before. Now I'm just kind of all over the place with it. Let's see. And remember, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Oh, this is where I was when they went out. So the thing that I want for people to remember with spirit guides, or the part that's really important, which is why I wanted to do this live, is for people to understand that, one, we all have spirit guides, right? No matter if you've done nothing, like just by the nature that you were born, you have a spirit guide, okay? And you have a team. But they don't intercede, or they don't step in without you asking them for assistance. So this is kind of my call to action for us to start to consciously integrate our spirit guide team in our day-to-day lives. Okay. So, and it doesn't have to be anything major or grand, right? The simple acknowledgement that you have this guide and that they're there and that you're seeking their assistance is enough for them to be able to intercede or to be able to provide assistance in your life. But spirit guides are not able to jump in. Again, they cannot supersede your will, right? So spirit guides also will not go against what you want to do. So when we're thinking about like the pantheon of who do I go to get information from, right? So for me, when people come, I can do an ancestor reading. I do spirit guide readings, right? I do readings in the Akashic record. I do intuitive readings. And intuitive readings, I'm going through the session trying to figure out, based on what the person needs, where I need to go in order to give them the most accurate guidance, right? So the reason understanding what each realm, how they give guidance is important is so that you can put the information that you get into context. So spirit guides, when they give you information, that information is in alignment with whatever it is that you want. Okay. So their role, their space in your life, their ability to provide guidance in your life is not to go against what you want. It is to assist you in getting the things that you want. So we would not go to our spirit guides if, if we are trying to figure out if taking this job at the bank is going to be in alignment with our highest self or in our best destiny. We would go to our spirit guides to get assistance in getting the job. Okay. So their job is to help us do the things that we want to do, not to determine morality or right or wrong or give judgment in it or with regards to that. Okay. So that's one of the main takeaways that I want to lay out with regard to spirit guides. Okay. So that's that. So we've talked about who they are, right? Spirits who have embodied, who are now ascended and who are helping us live life. We have one from birth, that goes with us through death, and then we pick up others along the way. Some can be special assignment that we pick up for a short time, but primarily we're talking about that team that we have. Mostly between 4 and 6 will be the number that is there, and they have roles. So within that team, typical roles that you'll have are the protector. So someone that'll stand in and they'll be like that protector warrior spirit for you. There is the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the spirit that makes sure that there's order, right? The gatekeeper was really, for me, that first guide that I really got to understand and to know and understand the importance of giving a task to. For me, a bit of a personal story. So for me, my spiritual court was a little bit all over they probably to them weren't all over the place, but for me, I couldn't function because I'm so open to spirit, because I receive downloads like very, very easily. There was a point in my life where it was too much and I couldn't control how it was coming in. I couldn't figure out who, what, when. I couldn't stop it. It was chaos for me, and it made day-to-day life really, really difficult. And that was actually how I even got into understanding and starting to research what spirit guides were and how to use spirit guides. And so the gatekeeper was the spirit guide that I became first really introduced with, the really understanding and giving a task. So my task to the gatekeeper was, look, I can't take all of these spirits coming in and giving me information. I need you to serve as the one point person, right? To kind of get everything else and everyone in line so that I can receive it in a way that is helpful and beneficial to me. So you have your protector, your warrior spirit. You can have your gatekeeper, and this court will look different for everybody. So I'm just kind of giving some general ways or general roles that will be on your team. Okay, so your protector, warrior, your gatekeeper, the person that deals with divine timing. So this is that spirit. Some people may see, like, we call them angel numbers, right? Some people may see certain number patterns all the time. They may be guided to just like messages that kind of appear, but they always have something to do with timing, something giving you reassurance about timing. That would say that you have someone on your team that is a divine timing person, right? And so this person on your team will kind of make sure that essentially you're at the right place at the right time, doing the right things, and then to let you know that information, right? So let's see, warrior, gatekeeper, timekeeper, or divine timer, a healer. Typically anyone that is on your team as a healer served in some type of healing capacity in their life. So maybe a shaman, some type of high medicine person. It can be physical, like spiritual type of healing, or it could be like they were a very, established doctor or something like that. Hey, Mercy. So let's see. Sorry, I have to keep going back over them. Spiritual, so protector, healer, divine timer, gatekeeper, the teacher. Teacher is there. The teacher on your team typically is someone that helps you integrate lessons. So experiences and things that you have, they would be the one that's able to kind of help you understand why that lesson is happening, what you need to take from that lesson, how you can integrate that lesson, right? So they're going to pull those types of things out of those experiences so that you can get them. That's all that I can kind of think of right now as far as roles. If some more pop in my head, I will say them. All right, so that's the who they are, what they are, how. So simple ways that you can interact with your spirit guides. One, just by acknowledging that you have a spirit guide and that you're asking for assistance. Right? That is the easiest and the simplest way. And again, like if you know the area that you want some assistance in, right? We don't need to know. Sometimes I feel like we really overcomplicate things, right? It's like we feel like we have to know the magic formula, right? Or we have to have the special key to make something happen. And I always say one of the things that I teach is that spirit wants to communicate with you as much as you want to communicate with them, right? And so if you go in with that understanding and with that kind of from that heart space, knowing that they want this communication to happen and that their whole job is to help you get the things that you want, right? They're not here to set you back. They're here to help you get there. And so now it's just a matter of knowing that. And then, as I said, tag me in, coach, right? Tagging them in. So approaching it from that versus that you have to have step A, step B, step C, right? You have to say all of the right words. You have to look a certain way and be in a certain position in order to make it happen. You don't, right? Your spirit guide is there all the time. Again, this is that main court that we're talking about. We do have other spirit guides that we have to call to us because they are out assisting other people, right? We have guides that are shared guides, right? So those ascended masters and things like that, they're shared guides. They're not just ours. So those are a little bit different. We do have to call them in, but our team, they're there. They're rocking with us all the time, 24/7. And it's as simple as saying, hey, guide that can help me heal myself, or the guide that's really, really good with healing, I need you to come in today and give me some signs or help me or show me how I can eat better to heal fibroids. I don't know. Right? So call them in, state the task. And one of the things that I always, this is a thing, and the spirit guides and ancestors will do this. Give them a task. That's not how I want to say it. Ask for proof. Okay. So give a test. There we go. Give a test. Ask for proof. So, for example, let's say I went to my spirit guide and I said, I want the, I'm going to go back with the healer. Okay. So, I am going to commission my healer spirit guide to assist me with clearing out my root chakra. Okay. So that's my task. I'm commissioning my healer spirit guide to help me with clearing out my root chakra. Now, this is what I would do for the test, right? Or proof, right? So then I would say, can you show me over the next few days book titles that specifically deal with the question that I've asked you for? Or can you show me through TV commercials something that I would need, right? So give them a way to be able to show you that they are actually responding to the request that you are asking in a way that isn't like in your head, right? So you don't have to question or doubt if they're responding. So figure out some very tangible way that they can show you that they're there, that they're listening, that they're working. Okay. It could even be as simple as if you're talking to your main spirit guide, can you fly by me today and land on the car or something, right? And then you might go to lunch and then come outside from lunch and there's a bird sitting on your car, or there's a dragonfly or a butterfly or something like that sitting on your car, right? So when I say give a test, something like that, so that you can say, okay, I get it. I see you. I feel you, right? There is a whole thing that we can go through on meeting each person on your spirit guide team, or not each person, meeting each being on your spirit guide team, doing these things. I call them impulses, right? Which is how you understand when a particular guide is there for you. So you get and you assign kind of an impulse. So you know that, oh wait, when this happens, that's guide 4, right? And really understanding what a guide's role is, because outside of those top tier kind of characteristics of guides that I told you about, each guide will then also communicate or have a particular kind of character, right? They have a character because they were embodied. So that is, today was just kind of overview, right? And again, my main thing was like wanting people to understand that the spirit guides are there. They want to help, but we do have to tag them in. Okay. And understanding the difference between those guides that are assigned to you and that are there with you all the time versus some of the other ones that kind of come and go, or as I mentioned, like spirit animals and things like that.